Okay, hello everyone. Hi, can you see me? Can you hear me? Sorry, I was setting up this live stream and now it's on. So I hope everything's working okay today. Okay. So today is the 6th of May on Saturday and markets are closed. So usually I talk about some money management or psychology, but today I decided to share my trade performance in the month of April. So let me show you my trades and how I was doing in April so that you may be able to compare your trades with mine and hopefully you learn something new from today's live stream. And in the KTS Academy and also GTS, I share more deeper analysis of my trades. So this is in public. I share my trades in general. So if you have any questions, just let me know on the chat. I'm happy to respond as much as possible today. So again, good to see you. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. So let me first say hi to everyone. I hope you're having a great Saturday today. Okay, Manohar, good to see you. Thank you very much for joining. And Gabby, good to see you too. Thanks so much for joining too. Alright, Chuck Davis, good to see you. Vic, thanks for joining. FBI, good to see you. Alright, and Kevin, good to see you too. Wing, good to see you. Master of, thanks for joining. Alright, and Sok, good to see you. And Photo, thanks for joining. And Mad also, good to see you. So how was your trade performance in the month of April for you? I actually set the poll in the chat so you can vote either win or lose. Unfortunately, the options are only 2 options available for this poll. So I just mentioned win or lose. So how was your profit? We had some nice trends in the month of April. So if you follow me for a while, and if you are the trend follower, then you should be able to make profits. So let's see. Alright, and it's good to see you. Thanks so much also. SAS, good to see you too. Thanks for joining too. So let me say hi to everyone first so that more new joiners can join today's live stream. So let me start slowly for today. Okay, Kyrul, good to see you. Thanks for joining. Yes, sir says my profit this week 9.5%, drawdown 3.5%. Okay, so overall you're winning trades. That's good. That's good. Well, that's amazing that you had some profits this week because there were big news, lots of big news, but you managed to make profits. That was good. Okay, Tess, good to see you. And Gassy, also good to see you from Brazil. Thanks for joining. Okay. Sai says, I see lower time frame are so spiky. Should I set the stop loss high? That's right. That's right. When the lower time frames are spiky, to be safer, you want to place the stop loss higher or bigger. Yeah. So you just have to be flexible on your stop loss and your exit timings. Okay, so now let me show you my performance. So let me bring up the spreadsheet as usual. So this is my performance. So overall, I got a 16.4%. So that was a nice month for me. Great month for me. 16, more than 10% return was earned. And in terms of win rate, it was good actually. 60% win rate for me is really amazing. Usually my average win rate is 30 to 40%, so 60% winning rate was really good. And PF was also very good too, 17.84. And that was because I had only one loss with a very small drawdown, but I captured some nice trends, like more than 80 pips of trends. I captured once. So that's why my PF became 17, which was amazing. And then also in terms of here, in terms of the R multiple is basically the risk and the reward ratio in terms of pips, and it was 2.70. So that was really nice trade. And also because PF was really high, because let me explain. This is not about, so for those who are new to my YouTube, whenever I look at numbers, I don't care how much you win, how much you lose, but I always care about the ratio. Here, win rate, and more important, the most important number among these is the PF for me, profit factor, which is calculated by gross profit divided by the gross loss. So profit was almost 70k and loss was around 4,000. So PF became 17.84. So, and this is because the loss, the drawdown was really small as compared to the profits. And let me explain why it happens like this month. And it was because I had that one loss actually, Euro JPY, which I took on the 13th of April. And I actually took 41 pips of stop loss. And 41 pips of stop loss is pretty big for me. And then also I lowered the lot size. I could have gone with a higher lot size, but I actually lowered the lot size. So I didn't take 2% on this particular trade, Euro JPY, because I saw that the market was very spiky on the lower time frames. And so I took actually less than 1%, less than 2%. So 41 pips, less than 2%, and I took lot size 8 times 2. But I could take like a 10 lot times 2 to make it 2%. But in this trade, I lowered the lot size and I lost it. I lost the trade, and drawdown was around 1% of my account, which is 400,000. And this was the only loss I had. And that's why this is one of the reasons why my drawdown is really small. So that's one of the reasons, right? And then second reason why my PF is really high was because my win, which I took on these pound AUD, on the 26th of April, I got 83 pips and 80 pips. And that was a big win in terms of pips. But not only that, my lot size was really high. Here, my lot size was really high because I got this stop loss to be a bit lower, but I was pretty confident that the market goes towards my direction. So I increased the lot size and took the trade. So that's why I got the nice win trade over here. So this is about the risk and the real ratio in terms of pips and in terms of money. So I start to be flexible in terms of this risk calculation and lot size calculation too. So I don't always take 2% risk to stop loss anymore. Sometimes I only take 1%, sometimes I take 1.5, or sometimes I take 3% or 4% to stop loss. So that's why on one of these trades, my loss was happened when my lot size was lower, and my win happened when my lot size was higher, and that's why it went really nice. So that's why PF was really high in this trade. But overall, the market out of 5 trades in April, 4 of them went actually towards my direction, and only 1 went against my direction. And that's why overall I got the win, nice win in the month of April. So yeah, since this year actually, since January, in February, I started to be flexible in terms of the risk management to stop loss. Depending on the market condition and depending on the volatility in the market, spikiness in the market, I become more flexible in terms of the risk management. So, and as you can see, I only took 5 trades in the month of April, so I was very selective on which one to take. So I missed so many opportunities actually, much more than 5 trades I could be able to trade, but I have been selecting the markets and I only took 5 trades. If you can remember, there were big trends towards the end of April on JPY pairs, and some of you may took some nice pips on the JPY pairs, but I didn't take JPY, I took Pound AUD instead, because JPY pairs, the Kumo were very thin. So let me show you example. For example, like a Pound JPY, and let me just show you the 4-hour time frame just for the demonstration. So this is what I'm talking about over here on this uptrend towards the end of April and May. This bullishness happened on the 28th of April, and then it actually went all the way to here on the 1st of May. So 28th, 29th, and 1st of May, JPY pairs trend up very, very nicely. But here, you see the Kumo was really thin in the 4-hour. So to be more precise, if I just do bar replay and come back to this date like this, then you see the Kumo was very thin in a 4-hour time frame. So oops, hold on, let me show the whole screen. I'm sorry. Okay, so yeah, so Kumo was very thin on the 4-hour on the 29th and 28th of April, and that's why I didn't take that trade. If I took the trade, then I was able to make lots of profits on the JPY pair, but thin Kumo means it's overbought. So the market could have retraced anytime. Yeah, after the event, we know that the market was bullish until the 1st of May, but when it was happening real time, I didn't feel comfortable to take trades because of the thin Kumo. So, but instead I took the Pound AUD. So Pound AUD looked like this in the 4-hour. So this is the 25th of April, and here this uptrend happened on the 28th of April. So on the 28th of April, just to compare the Kumo shape in the 4-hour, the same time frame, the 4-hour, you see Kumo was much thicker and bigger. So this uptrend was more trustable than JPY pairs, and this is how I select. This is one of the ways how I select the best pair to trade. And the Kumo was really thick because market has consolidated. So the market consolidated, that means buyers and sellers have been fighting between here and here, and buyers won the trade, and the market went up this way. So buyers start to follow, and stop losses for the sellers are hunted, and that's why the market went up this way in the 4-hour. And that's also the reason why Kumo was really thick. But again, on the Pound JPY or some other JPY pairs, the Kumo was really thin, like this. So when you see Kumo thin like this, this is buyers are overheated. So sellers may come anytime. Even if there's no resistances nearby in higher time frames, the market could retrace anytime. And in that case, I don't really take that trade. So that's why I actually stayed away from the JPY pairs. USD-JPY also, here is another example. USD-JPY in the 4 hour, this was very thin. You see, very thin Kumo. So it was uptrend very strongly, and you may have made lots of pips on this one. But for me, this is a market to stay away. So like this, I didn't take the JPY pairs. So yeah, so that's why you don't see that in my spreadsheet like this. Yeah, so that's how I manage my trades in the month of April. And this is actually my new challenge. I always fixed my risk to 2%. And basically I do. I place a stop loss and take 2% to stop loss in general. But sometimes when I'm confident on my trades, when I'm confident on my strategy and the analysis, and if I'm willing to take that risk, then I do. I start to be flexible so that I can expect bigger profits and bigger returns per month. And this is something I wanted to explain today, and that's why I decided to share my April performance. Yeah, before I thought I was going to share performance every 3 months because my strategy is for the long term, and if I take less number of trades, then I thought there might be nothing to really explain. But today, I think this is an important topic to talk about, and that's why I just did it. So yeah, so that was my performance here. So how was the performance? I see the poll, so let me close the poll, and let me see the result. Okay, past play, good to see you. Thank you for joining. Kyril says, in 5th April, I start with 1340. Now I have 1851. Oh, that's great. That's great. You have much more than 10%. Yeah, that's really nice. So keep it going. My recommendation is that once you grow account, then never withdraw. Never withdraw account, but keep it going and keep compounding your profits until you have enough money to support yourself with the returns. And along the way, you can also add more money, add another 500 or 1000, and keep trading with a bigger money, bigger account. But in a safe way, in the same strategy, the same risk management, same strategy, same exit timing, but just keep it going. Okay, let's see. Daluk says, I shorted gold from 2057 and TP at 2014. Okay, so you're shorting gold, alright. TikTok, good to see you. Basam, thanks for joining, also good to see you. Alright, Marcelo, thanks for joining from Brazil, good to see you too. Okay, so before I share each of my trade, let me still cover some of other comments. FBI says, hi K, can you explain why Euro JPY trade you stop loss 41 pips, but when you cut the loss 24.3 pips, you only lost 1900 USD. Oh, this is, yeah, sorry about the confusion. This risk calculation here is when I take the 2%. When I take 2%, then these will be the risk calculation. But I don't take 2% as always. So I take 2 trades. So that will be 1% times 2. So I have to redo this risk column because this is now in the 2%. So if you take like a half, so that will be 4,000 each. Should be 4,000 each. Then, yeah, sorry, here 4,000 each by 1%, and then I got around 2,000 loss times 2. So this risk percent, I think I will close this risk percent because I think that's a bit confusing, because I now be flexible on what risk to take on each trade. Yeah, before I was always taking 2% and 1% times 2, so that's why I kept the risk like this. Yeah, Lian, yeah, thank you very much for the comment. Rajesh, good to see you. Thanks for joining too. Okay, Rajesh says first time win. Okay, so that's good. You got the win trades. That's really nice. Kyril says, I learned to take your suggested consistent and patient. Then I get that, sensei. Okay, that's great to hear. Great to hear. Okay, so now let me show you my trades. So let me prepare for that in Discord. Just hold on. Okay, so yeah, I think the month of April has been really aggressive, but finally the market become active. So I think the month of May, I expect some more trends. But unfortunately, yesterday, Friday, at NFP, the market went retracement. So if the trend continues, the major direction continues next week, then we will see another big trends. But if the market starts to consolidate or retrace continuously, then we will see another tricky markets in the month of May. So let's see how it plays out. So okay, here is the screenshots of my trades. And so here, Euro JPY buy, this is my screenshot when I took the trade. I saw the 4-hour Kumo was nicely up, and 1-hour Kumo was also nicely up. Oh, was it Euro JPY the first one? Oh, that was AUD Swiss franc, sorry. So I think I will just scroll up a little bit. Swiss franc JPY trade, I think it was this one. AUD Swiss franc, sorry, AUD Swiss franc. Yeah, so this was my trade. That was downtrend. Daily was down, 1 hour was down, and I got entry timing here. So I took the stop loss over here, 0.6068, and took the sell over here. And that was nicely band walking, dead cross. So I was expecting the market goes bearish on the bearish in a wave, like this way, along with the daily and 1 hour directions. So I'm a trend follower. So whenever I see trends based on Ichimoku in higher and the mid time frames, I take entries like this. And then after that, the market didn't really go down. So this is when I took the trade. And after that, initially it went down, but then it went sideways. Then started to go up a little bit. So the price was still below my position, but I exited with break even because I had to leave for a while. So yeah, I decided to exit, just exit with a break even and come back later and yeah, see how it goes. If it starts to go down again, then I would re-enter the market, re-enter to sell. If the market continued to range or retrace, then no trade was my scenario. So this is my mindset, is that until I set the break even is a game I play. If I can set the break even, then I won't leave my positions like this. I close my trade and then go somewhere and do something else. So if the market were going down like this, then I could move the stop losses to break even and leave chart 2, but unfortunately it didn't happen. It just retrace, reverse in the wave. This is more like a ascending P wave structure on M5. So the market could continue to retrace and it may reach stop loss sometime later. So it's safer to exit, just exit with a break even. So that was my trade. That was my first trade. And then, so this is my performance between January to March, which I showed also in YouTube. You can actually look for the video or the archive of the live stream. But then next trade, Euro JPY, I was seeing 4 hours up, 1 hour up, and M5 was also nicely up. It was supported by the trend line. So I took that trade and expected the market goes bullish, break the resistance, because I was seeing that there was a nice N wave, consecutive N waves. So I was thinking the N wave will continue and the market goes up and up like this way, along with the 4 hour and 1 hour direction. Also 1 hour there was a nice resistance breakout too. So that's why I took the trade to buy. And then after that, the market just went down. So this was where I entered trade. And this was where I put my stop loss. Below this inside, I put that stop loss. And then the market didn't break. It didn't break that resistance. But instead, the market went backwards with this bearish bar and it broke the trend line. So when I see this big bar, then there's something wrong in the market. The market is no more uptrend on M5. So this is 5 minute. So 4 hour was still bullish, 1 hour was also still bullish, but M5 is no more bullish. So I was getting ready to exit my trade when I see this big bearish bar. And then after that, the market did not break that resistance, but instead it became double top and the neckline was broken. So this was my stop loss. This was my stop loss, and this is where I entered trade to buy. So I exited over here, and that's how I got the loss on the Euro JPY. So whenever I take entries, I do expect the market goes up on M5 too. But if it doesn't happen, then I exit is my mindset. Because again, I'm capturing, I have been patient enough to wait for the trends up on 4 hour and 1 hour, and finally take trade. And also I got this trend line confirmation. But once this trend line is broken, then this is when I have the big question mark. Okay, this market may not be uptrend anymore. So I had to closely monitor chart. And then it actually ranged and then went up. So when I see this multiple bullish bars, I was thinking that the market may break that resistance and goes up. But it didn't happen. The sellers were still here. The resistance was really strong in this area, so the market just went down. So I exited simply over here before the price hit the stop loss. If I leave the market, if I leave the position, then the market was actually went down to my stop loss and I was losing 2% in this particular trade. Or actually in this case, I didn't take the whole 2%, but the market just went down and hit the stop loss and I had bigger drawdown. So in that sense, this was the perfect exit timing so that I don't have more drawdown, I don't have more losses in this particular trade. So And this is because, this is also my mindset, is also because the market tends to follow the major higher time frame direction. So when 4 hour or 1 hour or even daily or the weeklies are up, M5 also goes up this way. So usually the markets follow the major direction. But the trend starts from the lower time frames, as you may know. So if you have double top on M5 and then the neckline breakout on M5, then the market may be retracing continuously, and then 1 hour goes flat to down, and 4 hour goes flat to down, and then daily goes flat to down, and then weekly also goes flat to down too. And the whole time frame becomes bearish. And I see that potential reverse on M5, and that's why I exit my trade. And that's my mindset for exit my trade. And this happens before the price hit the stop loss with my strategy. So when it comes to the trade, I am a trend follower based on higher time frames, but when it comes to risk management, I do based on the lower time frames. So I'm a trend follower as a swing, day to swing style, but in terms of the exit, I am more like a scalping exit strategy, so that the risk and the reward ratio overall becomes automatically bigger than 1 or 2. So, and I think this part is really important, much more important than when to enter trade. If you're perfect where to exit correctly, then you can win trades. So that's my mindset. But I think this kind of strategy is, I think, new to everyone, because this is something I found myself, and I was never taught how to trade by someone. So I basically developed this strategy by myself. So I'm sure this kind of thing is new to you, but if you can learn something, then that will be my pleasure in my YouTube. So that's how I exited my trade on the EuroJPY. So let me quickly show some other trades. So here is the CAD franc. It was a downtrend. I took the 5-minute time frame exactly here, took the sell, and then the market consolidated afterwards, slightly broke the supports, and then eventually it went down all the way. So the market actually went down, and this is when I set the break even. I lowered the stop losses to below my positions, so that even if the market retraces and goes back on in any occasions, I don't lose in this particular trade. So I feel safer psychology, and so I set the break even, lower the stop losses below the positions, and then the market just went down, and here at this point I have lowered one of the stop losses here, and second stop loss to here or here. And I left the chart. And I think this was, I went to sleep. I went to bed after this, and this morning, when I wake up in the morning, I found one of my stop losses hit on 0.6557. So this was taken by profit, but I still have other one alive. So I trial the profits on the second position. So I take 2 trades at the same time, every time. And then after that, this is a screenshot from MT5 MetaTrader by mobile. But then I found that the market has been moving up on this N wave, bullish. So I lowered the stop loss to here. So this is my second stop loss. I lowered it. And then I even lowered the stop loss to here because I saw that there was a very small reversed N wave. So the market could go down from here too. So I left the stop loss on above the previous high on M5, and expected the market to go down this way. Yeah, and then what happened was, after that, the market actually went up and hit my stop loss. My stop loss is here, and I took my profit over here. So that's how I took my profit on CAD Swiss franc. So as a trend follower, as long as trend still continues, I don't exit manually, but instead I lower the stop losses, lower and lower, and trial the profits. And if the market starts to reverse, I simply take profit here automatically because the price hit the stop loss, and that's when I take my profit. Okay, let me see. Imad, good to see you. Thanks for joining. James, good to see you too. Alright. Yes, I have some videos on the risk management. You can actually search and go to my playlist of money management on my YouTube, and you can find many videos about the risk in money management. Hello, Careful, good to see you. Brian says catching up on the stream, but I like the monthly performances. Helps keep me on track. Okay, great. Great to hear. Yeah. Is Discord open for all? Yeah, so this Discord is for the KTS Academy members only. So KTS Academy and GTS, I share my trades and my monthly performance. And I take screenshots and describe. Sometimes I make a video and explain by words, by videos for the members. So let me do the next trade. This was Pound AUD, second last in the month of April. This is when I took my trade buy because I found the band walking and nice P wave breakout. So I got multiple reasons to buy when it was uptrending in higher and the mid time frames. So I took the buy, and the market was supported by my position and then went up. And then it just kept going up this way until here, 11:45 AM UTC. So I trail the profit. When I see this last bullish I wave, it actually broke. Sorry, let me close the comment. It actually broke that resistances. So this is when I moved one of my stop losses to the recent low, which is here, this lower horizontal line, 1.8866. I place my stop loss here, and then I left the chart. Then that was hit over here, and that's how I took my profit of 79 pips of this trade. But again, I have two trades, two stop losses, and second one alive. And when I saw this N wave up on M5 and broke that resistance too, I moved up the stop loss to here, to the most recent low on M5. And I was expecting the market goes up this way on N wave on M5, but it didn't happen. The market just went down and hit my stop loss, and that's how I took my second profit with 80 some pips of profit. And this is the analogy of the fish and tail, and get the body part. So this is the tail of the fish, the end of the trend, tail of the fish, and this is the body of the fish, and this is the head of the fish. So as I usually say, this is a fish, just smiley fish, and this is the head. I don't take the head, I don't take the tail, but I take the body part only, because that's where the meat is. So that's how I take trades every time. So I don't be too greedy. I don't plan to exit at the top of the range, or I don't take trades in the start of the trend. I take the mid part because this is the safest, and if you only look for the body part and take trades, then you can accumulate the profits. That's safer conservative but safer, and safer in psychology, and safer in terms of your wallet too. So that's how I take that profit on this trade. Okay, JJ says, when you trade, do you always take 2 positions? Yes, I always take 2 positions. Yeah. James says, big confidence boost seeing similarities with yours in my trades. Okay, yeah, if you see similar trades as mine, then you are doing pretty much the same as mine. So that's a good sign if you follow my strategy. Okay, Gifang says, hi Kei, just caught up with the stream. How long do you normally let your trades run? It depends on the market, but usually I hold my trades for 2 or 3 days in average. Yeah, in this trade I only hold it for 1 day because this is in the same day, on the 26th April at 3:50 AM UTC. I took my trade and I exited my trade at 11:45 and 2:45 PM. But when the trend continues, I continue to follow, and usually it happens a couple of days, 2 or 3 days. But my max duration I was able to hold was 2 weeks with my strategy. But that was a long ago. Recently, my trades are very almost like intraday or a couple of days only, because we don't see any consistent or big trends, stable trends recently on the Forex market. Okay, so let me show you my next trade, my last trade in the month of April, pound AUD again, because of the Kumo thickness. I didn't take that JPY. So I took my trade here. I found band walking, gold cross stochastic, and resistances break, I think, and also inside bar break. So I got multiple reasons to buy when again higher, and the mid time frames are bullish. And after that, the market did not retrace. It just actually kept going up towards my direction. And then I set the break even. Then the market started to retrace. So one of my stop losses were placed here, 1.8989, and the market actually hit the stop loss, and this is one of the places where I exited my trade with a profit. But I have the second stop loss. So second stop loss, the market just kept going down, so I put the stop loss here on 1.8968, and it was hit. So that's how I took my trade on these 2 trades. So one with 36 pips and other with 15 pips of profit. So I took profit on these 2 timings. And the market reversed. Market just kept going down. So if I keep holding my trade without moving the stop losses higher, then I could be losing my trade. But because of this risk management and the proper stop loss management, then the profits are a bit smaller, 35 and 15, but the most important is I don't lose. And if we keep trading in this manner, then 2 or 3 out of 10 trades, you capture big trends. And these big trends, like the one I showed it to you, once you capture these big trends, then these big trends can cover your small losses. And I found that this is the safest way to manage your trades in the long run. Yeah, and for me, trading is for a long run. I'm not here to take trades with high leverage and gamble. Let's see, 100 or 0. If I get 100, then I may get big big profit and I never trade again. But trading is, for me, is like a life work, and I decided to keep trading in my lifetime, and that's why I developed a strategy like this, more consistent, more stable, conservative but stable with the proper risk management. And then also, as I mentioned, you can compound your profits, never withdraw but compound your profits, and keep going. Okay, so that's my whole trades in the month of April. Okay, so now let me check some comments until the end of live today. Alright, Mr. Fernandez, good to see you. Thank you very much for joining. Good to see you. Okay. Oh, James, thank you very much for reminder the like button. If you like the live stream so far, please press like button before you leave. That would be great for me to keep going. And always, I appreciate your comments. Thank you very much. Gail says, hi Kei, your strategy works really well. I have found combining it with VWAP mark makes it even better for futures trading. Okay, VWAP, what's that stands for? Volume weighted average price. Oh, okay, I don't use volumes, but yeah, if you trade in the futures market or stock market, then volumes will work. Yes, I don't use volumes because I trade Forex. But yeah, if you trade stock market index or maybe exotic pairs, then volumes may work really well, for sure. Okay, Russell. Hi Kei, do you want to speak about volume spread analysis? Oh yeah, so I don't use volume, so I'm not sure. Yeah. Kohi says, do you do scalping? I don't do scalping. Yeah, I only do swing, day to swing trade with a trend follow. So, yeah. Okay, how much leverage do you use? I use leverage up to 20. Yeah, I don't use high leverage, like 100 is way too high, I think. Okay, let's see. Kai says, hi Kei, can you share your trades on MT5? I think that's best transparent. Sure, I can show it to you, but it's not mobile. So maybe I can show it to you next time. And the reason I track my record on a spreadsheet is just to know these three numbers. Of course, in a spreadsheet calculation and the actual profits are different. So I don't pay attention to this column. This is just for your information. But the most important is the win rate and PF and R multiple. Okay, IDK says, I'm a beginner trader and I wanted to ask if it makes sense for me to learn Ichimoku or if I should first master price action trading. You can master Ichimoku first. Well, actually, they kind of go along. So you can learn Ichimoku first, know the 5 lines, the basics of Ichimoku, and then learn price action. Yeah. Mr. Fernandez again, thank you very much. Emad, Bollinger Band inputs. Yeah, Bollinger Bands, I use 2 Bollinger Bands. As you can see here, I have 2 Bollinger Bands and one with 20 lengths and standard deviation 1, and another with the same 20 lengths and deviation 2, and that's how I set up my Bollinger Bands. So I use 2 bands. I used to use 3 bands, deviation 3 also, but I found 2 are just enough. So that's how I set up my Bollinger Bands. Alright, Kevin, you're welcome. Okay. Said says, can you explain about your strategy, please? Yeah, if you're new to my YouTube, then you can actually access to my webpage. which is, hold on, over here. You can actually find the link on the below description. Come to my web homepage and then click on, hover over on free download and click on KTS, Kei's trading strategy, this section. And you can find the PDF that you can download for free. And also you can find some videos, my overall analysis, my overall explanation of my strategy. I have placed 8 basic videos. Yeah, and if you want to learn deeper, you're welcome to join GTS or KTS Academy. Okay, so seems like the time is running up, so let me quickly cover some more questions until the end in the next few minutes. Chuck Davis says, seems you stopped using higher time frame to trial your profitable positions. Are you now using M5 only? Oh, I do use higher time frame to trial the profits, but I manage by M5. Well, actually, one of them I use by higher time frame, and the second one I use based on M5. So I use 2 different time frames to trial the profits. Okay, Alexander says, okay, the last 2 charts you provided us, can I see your select the stop for the break even with a bigger comeback? You don't select the first one, why? That I have to look into it, and I'm sorry, I don't have time. So yeah, you can maybe ask me next time. Okay, Imad, you're welcome. Maximok says, when you say you're very selective, what factors do you base your selectiveness on mainly? There are multiple things I check. The Kumo shape, make sure the Kumo is not too thin, and the resistances and the supports in higher time frame, and also the spikiness on M5. If M5 shows too many dojis or too many wicks up and down, then I don't take that trade. So yeah, so that's how I select. And also, if I see multiple pairs trends at the same time, I do look at the strength chart and select the best pair to trade. So multiple things I check. Okay, so I'm sorry, the time is up now. So I have to end the live, but I do see some more comments, but I'm sorry I couldn't cover everything. But I hope you can come back next time. Tomorrow in public, I will do the weekly analysis for the Forex pairs in gold, WTI, index, and Bitcoin in the news for next week. So at the same time, 2 p.m. UTC, you can come back tomorrow. And to those who are Ichimoku community members, there will be a live stream. So today I will introduce some of the Ichimoku original strategies. So please get ready. I will send the link on the Discord as usual under announcement, so you can join and learn deeper level about Ichimoku after this. So again, thank you very much everyone. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend and see you in the next one. So until then, please stay healthy, stay safe, stay gold. Bye for now everyone. Mata ne. Thank you very much.